Welcome to my 2025 reflection. It is currently 2:30 in the morning. I didn't just get home. I got home like about an hour ago from a New Year's countdown. But I insist on doing this first thing because I take my reflections very seriously, and for 2025 this is what I got. It's a list of, I think, realizations or things like I learned or something like that. I did something similar in 2022. I did a 24 things I learned or want to take away from because I turned 24 that year. 2023 I did a crying rap. That was fun. 2024 I did a collage of the year, like a photo collage of sorts, that of all the moments in my life that were meaningful and that made me cry almost. Gotta be honest. But yeah, so for 2025 I thought, let me because 2025 was the year that I really journaled. Like, this is my second book already for the year. It's not used much because I didn't really journal much the past month, but I finished like a whole notebook for the year of 2025, and it was really it was a fun experience being able to write down, like I had a diary again. So yes, I am already at 1 minute and 32 seconds, and I do not want to make this long. So let's just get into it. And just also want to add that it has been 6 months since I first started posting like daily vlogs or weekly vlogs or whichever format I did, and I never thought that I could stick to something for that long, but I did, and I'm proud of myself for that. Will I do it again in 2026? No, it's too tiring. I might just go back to my photo dumps. But yes, vlogging, at least now I know I have some archives of like 2025, and that's fun. And because I'm someone who always worries, like, what if my phone gets stolen, or what if everything gets erased or hacked? At least now I know that YouTube has it. Then again, it's on private, so if I get hacked into if my Google account gets hacked, and I don't have the password, then yeah, maybe I'm gonna unprivate everything. But speaking of unprivating and privating, I think that I have something here about that. So let's get into it. Number 1, pay attention to what you consume. So for the later part of this year, I drove to work like every day, and I noticed that if I put on a sad playlist, I'd naturally be sad for the whole day. So I started to pay attention to things like that, things that I realized could shift my mood very easily. Even things like even things as small as music. Yeah. So I guess pay attention to what you consume, I guess. This is for future Rochelle. Number 2, it's okay to outgrow things. I didn't think I was gonna get emotional. But yes, I changed job this year, and that was like the first job, right? So, I think first jobs will always be likened to like first loves. The microwave light is on. I'll fix that. Okay, it can wait. But yeah, it's usually likened to like first loves and everything. You have your high ups and high downs. But yeah, I guess that's just one of the few. And because I changed to a job that's drastically different from what I was doing, I was like, am I making the biggest mistake of my life? Like, I used to like this job. I wouldn't say so much, but I always thought it was like the right fit for me. But now I'm like in a different phase. So I guess it's okay to outgrow things. It's normal also. And number 3, idea of settling or blooming where you are planted. That's a phrase that I've been bombarded with ever since I was young. Bloom where you are planted. But I always realized that I have this, not tendency, but there's this pattern in my life where it almost feels like I'm settling. Not settling, but being pushed into places that were not my first choice. For example, I think I did not want to be in MPCC. That was my fourth choice. But years later, I realized that MPCC became such a big part of my life, and I wouldn't trade it for the world. Mass comm. I remember business studies was my first choice for DPA, but I got mass comm instead, and again, wouldn't change a thing. And then uni, I think my first choice was like I think Wikimi or Econs, I can't remember, but I know English was like my second choice. But also without that, I would have missed out on a couple of great moments in life. So again, and work wild was actually a second choice also. So I was not say forced to take that one, but I had to, and it also ended up being one of the best decisions of my life. So a lot of times, even though you don't get your first choice in things, so or at least or maybe it's a whole concept of watering the grass where you are, or the grass is greener wherever you water it. It's that kind of thing. Like maybe if I ended up in Wikimi, I would have also made the best memories. It's just things that we tell ourselves to make ourselves feel better. But I do think that life would have been very, very different, and not necessarily bad different, but if the people I have now in my life are all results of those choices, then yeah, I wouldn't change a thing. So yeah. Number 4. Oh, decisions and choices are less about the outcomes and more about you and what you want to be, or what kind of person you want to be. I remember watching this video. I think it was a TED talk on like how to make difficult decisions or difficult choices, and I'm someone who like cannot make choices for to save my life. Like, I get so like paralyzed by just the thought of it, you know. I just remembered something. I have to look for something later. But yeah. But yeah, so I think this TED talk talked about how, you know, every decision, especially when you're weighing two good ones, I think you sort of try to see which one shapes you more into the person that you want to be, because every choice, I guess there's some value tied to it. I guess I don't know what I'm saying. It's 2:30. It's 2:40 now. But yeah, you get my gist, Rochelle. Future Rochelle. You'll know exactly what I'm talking about, I hope. But yeah. 5. Oh, not having dreams. So I'm someone who always struggles with the question, what do you want to be when you grow up? And I think around me, there were always people that knew exactly what they wanted to be or who they wanted to be, and I did not know. Evidently, from my life choices, I have not made a consistent choice for the past 27 years. But I was watching this, I think it was Hank Green, not John Green, but Hank Green, that was saying that he doesn't follow his dreams, he follows his toolkits. And that's something like, and what he means by that is he follows the sort of skill set that he have at that point in time, or opportunities that he have that in that point in time, and that has helped him get as far as he is now. And it's not necessarily a specific dream that's leading him, but simply just making the best. Again, tied back to number, I think 3, about the whole like watering the grass where you are. I'm so sleepy. But yeah. So you can go find the video. It's much more. It's better when he explains it. Number 6, open loops. So this one is from the life of, shucks, what's her name? The life of R.I. Rena. the the life of the very pretty Canadian YouTube vlogger that makes the nicest vlogs. Her, I forgot her name, but I think I remember her saying something like, sometimes it's less about what you do and more about the story you tell yourself about it. And I resonated with that a lot. Like, again, I can't explain it as good as she does, but I think I realized that sometimes you create stories in your head so much that it ends up being more about that than the choice itself. Like, basically just being in your head too much, and that happens a lot. Ooh, number 7. You'll make mistakes and people get hurt. I think this is a known thing, but I think it's always hard to, when you realize that you are the one on the opposite of the receiving end. So, anyways, moving on. Number 8 is the narrative is not always yours to control. Like, the only thing that you can really control is what you tell yourself here and what goes on here, more or less. But you can't really control what other people think about you or what they say about you. And wouldn't that be nice though? Wouldn't that be nice? But I guess we can't. And that's fine, I guess. That's fine. Number 9 is take a step and breathe and learn to pause the overthinking. Self-explanatory. Number 10, to be cringe is to be free. I found myself saying this a lot more this year. Have I mastered it? Nope. I still do think being cringe is embarrassing, but we are getting somewhere. Eventually, we will get somewhere. Number 11, how you live your days is how you live your life. I think this was a quote on TikTok. I think they were talking about how like the little moments make up the biggest moments in life, and that was like, damn. Well, then I'm just scrolling TikTok, aren't I? But I think something I have here is, but I mean, yeah, how you live your days is how you live your life, I guess. So I guess just be mindful of the time that you spend, because you're never going to get it back. And I realize that time really does fly very quickly nowadays, and I guess it got to do with age. Yeah, be more intentional with how you my screen time is still horrible, but maybe 2026 it will be better. 12, systems. What did I mean by systems? Oh, okay, systems. So I create a lot of systems in my head to function in life. One of which are like the what I wear every day. So I have like specific themes for each week, and then I follow that theme for the day. And I remember there was this one day where I was just having a meltdown. Not meltdown. I mean a whole like, oh my god, I can't find the shirt that I wanted to wear that will match this theme. And I was like, I cannot just wear anything else because then the theme is broken. I think I remember thinking, I created this system to serve me, to make it easier to find clothes to wear every week or every day, because I have a lot of clothes, and the system helps with like the decision fatigue. Like I don't have to choose from a lot, but the theme helps me like downsize the choices. But then I'm so rigid also, to the point that I cannot deviate from it, and what was supposed to be something that helped me did not help me in the end. So that's something I have to remember. 13, creating memories and wanting to remember them. That is with regards to my vlogging. 6 months worth of footage, guys. That's great. 14 is decision fatigue. Yeah, I talked about that also. And I get why having minimal clothing and wearing the same thing every day is simpler, because I realize at the end of every day now, I'm so tired. My brain is so tired, even just from driving. Like, oh my god, like just the thought of, do I change lane now or do I not change lane now? Do I break do I not break? Like those kind of small things also lead up to this just tiredness in your brain, like, oh my god, another decision to make. So yeah. Number 15, community is inconvenience, be a burden. And I think the notion is nice, that idea is nice, but I think people are just so turned off by the words like burden and inconvenience. But I guess it's true to a certain extent that you're gonna inconvenience someone if you wanna be all part of a community in a sense, but it wouldn't feel like an inconvenience, I guess. Maybe it's more favors, right? But yeah, even then, people don't like the word favors. But we at some point, everyone's all talking about building their own community or creating their own magic on Christmas Day or stuff like that. So I guess I don't know what I wanted to say. 16. Social media is scary. Digital footprint. I think we were at a church friend's house, and then we suddenly searched like past youthful face videos, and it's all there, and I was like, yeah, this is not gonna happen with this channel. Maybe this video, yes, because I need to post it on my dump first so that I can sort of link, and I can, yeah, and it's a system again. I don't know what I'm saying. It's fine, I will understand eventually. I mean, as in the future, I will understand. Back to what I was saying, social media is scary, like digital footprint, and I think me being a serial stalker, I'm like, oh, I can find people just because you guys use the same username or things like that. And I realized I also use the same username, so I'm like, oh, I am in at danger. Not I'm not saying that people are actively stalking me and like trying to figure out where I work or where I stay or where I go on Saturdays and Sundays. I'm just saying, if someone wanted to, they could find out. So I remember taking a social media break when I quit Wild, and then I was having like sort of a summer break before going on holiday, and I was like, let me use this time to detox, since I don't need to keep up with the social media trends anymore, blah blah blah. And I remember like trying to fill my hours with random activities, and that's how I got into coloring, guys. I love coloring. I've not actually used my markers in a while, but I will get there at some point. Yeah, so try to fill my days, but I realize I laugh way more when I have social media. Like, I'm not saying that I'm not funny or the friends I have aren't funny, but social media, like the comment sections, just I really just laugh way more with social media. So I was not doing 6-7. I'm just saying that, like, pick your battles. 17, new hobbies. I grew up not having an act. I grew up, I think reading was one, and that's about it. I think I dabbled in baking, but this year, coloring was one. I think I tried drumming for like 2 days. Oh, I tried to bounce a soccer ball on my thigh. It was fun also. I don't think that counts as a hobby, but 19, be bored and don't fill in with noise. So I have a trouble being bored. Like, if I am doing nothing, if I'm eating, I need to have something going on. If I'm watching a show, I need to have something going on, and I realized that I cannot stay focused on just one thing. So this year, I think maybe the past 2 months, whenever I drive to work, silence, complete silence. It's just me and my thoughts. Why do I do this to myself? Trying to be bored or trying to see, where my mind goes. And now, so when I go to do errands, I don't listen to music. it's hard. It was hard, but I just listened and just quiet. But if the thing about being bored, right? If you ask me to just sit down on a couch and just entertain myself, I'll fall asleep. I can daydream. I can daydream very, very well. But also, I would fall asleep. 20, the world is big. Go learn about it. Europe this year was fun. Switzerland's my favorite country out of all the 4. No hate to the rest, but I love mountains. I want to be a granola girl. I want to see all the mountains and I want to touch snow. That was really fun. Eating all the different foods, seeing the different places, seeing how different countries do different things and people, and it was fun. Taking the trains was fun, like to and fro countries, not having to actually take a plane. Insane, crazy. No one even asked for our passports. Insane. 21. Don't force yourself to like things to look smart. Typical. I don't know why I wrote this. I don't know when was I ever pretending to be smart. I don't think anyone thinks that way. 23. Kids cry all the time. Oh boy, do they. But I also realized that I do cry all the time too. So I guess I'm no different from a kid. Just that it's more socially acceptable for them to do it. But also, actually, nowadays, we tell kids, stop crying. But then for adults, we're like, express your feelings. So it's all a contradiction. But, I guess it's okay to cry. And it's okay to let things out. And if you don't let things out, you're gonna explode one day. So, cry your heart out, bestie. Do it. You know, you need. Sometimes I really do think I just need a good cry and I'll factory reset. 24. Be good versus do good. I don't know what I was trying to get here. This sounded like I was trying to be deep, which relates back to 21. But be good versus do good. Do both, I guess. Be both. Be good and do good. Oh, don't have to choose. 25. I think this year I always, with the whole job switch thing, I always talked about how it made me realize the kind of things and struggles that parents go through on a daily, weekly, monthly, yearly basis for the rest of their lives. And I'm like, okay, that respect to you guys. I could never. 5 hours every day is the sweet spot. But yeah, I think then also made me realize more about God's love and his mercy and faithfulness for us. But I shall leave that at that. And yeah, that is my 2025 reflection. I feel like I should make this 25 minutes so we have time. We have another 1.5. I turned 27 this year. Dandan turned 18. That's a big number. 27. 3 more years to 30. 27, I think my mom was already married and my grandma already had like 5 kids. But here I am, crying over lost keys. But yeah, I don't think there's a rush to grow up. I genuinely still feel like I'm 21 or 22 sometimes. Actually, currently, I still feel like I'm 25. 24, 25, that year. Frozen in time. But yeah, this is a very long video. Let me just end it right here. And so yeah, Happy New Year. See you again in 1 year's time, 2026. Bye.